Welcome everyone to the complete collection of Zack Snyder's Justice League figures by Mcfarlane Toys, who of course gained the rights to make DC figures in early 2020, and they're the first company to release figures from the official Zack Snyder's Justice League movie, which of course came out about 4 months ago, and this is going to be the most screen accurate and complete line you'll get on the market at the moment. And I know in some countries these figures have been out for a few months and people have done reviews of them. So for me, I'm not actually going to take them out of the box and review them, but I'll give you a initial thought of each figure and kind of compare the ones that have more than one character. So in total, there are 12 boxes here, including one of them that is not part of the line, and that is the Wonder Woman figure, because there is no JL 2021 logo at the front. And this figure was released some time now because this was part of the Wonder Woman 84 movie. And that is why Mcfarlane decided not to release another version, which I'm kind of disappointed in, because even though this is more or less going to be the same figure, you can see that there is no shield or sword automatically. And I feel that the costume, the colors are too vibrant, which matches more with the 84 theme rather than the Justice League movie. In terms of the face, I think the Gal Gadot likeness is okay, but the proportions, I feel the legs are too long and they could have worked on that. I know Mcfarlane Toys are meant to be a lot taller, but the legs to me seem too long for the rest of the body. So inside you do get a card as well as a stand, and the card is this look. And of course you get the other figures from that line at the time, including the Golden Eagle armor, which I do have. So if you want to collect all the Justice League team, you're going to have to pick up the Wonder Woman 84 version. And then we move on to Aquaman, Arthur Curry. And I'm going to quote Superman here and say not impressed, because when I saw the preview, I would say that this is the weakest out of all of them. Because I just feel that Mcfarlane Toys are not quite there with their screen accurate, with the live action kind of characters. I think they're better off doing the DC Comics characters rather than the actual actors. So the Jason Momoa look isn't quite there, but you can see that the paintwork and the sculpt of the armor is actually pretty good. I do like that. And then it comes with the trident, although I feel that it's a bit too plain. They could have added a bit more detail there as well. And then on the back, we have the shot of Aquaman, and you can see that his face is a lot more serious and aggressive, whereas this one isn't quite there. So yeah, it's probably the weakest one in my opinion. And then we have Ray Fisher's Cyborg, which of course was one of the most interesting characters in the film. And this figure is fantastic. Now, in terms of the face sculpt, I did say that I'm not very good at live action characters, but I think they nailed the Ray Fisher look here. It's amazing. And looking at the armor as well, I think this type of plastic really suits the cyborg look. And it comes with the alternate hand. And you can see the rest of the accessories, the back as well. And yeah, so far I'm liking this face sculpt over the Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Now the only thing is probably the red paint, I feel could be slightly better. But other than that, I do like this figure a lot. Which of course brings us on to the second cyborg figure, which they also released. And it's the one with the face shield, which we only saw exclusive to Zack Snyder's Justice League. And this one obviously has the face mask, but in terms of the armor, I think it's slightly different to the other one, which I will compare. And if we take a look at the back, the color is black and white, just to differentiate the two. And I think the card inside is also black and white. But anyways, I'm gonna kind of compare the two cyborgs now, just in case you're looking to only pick up one. And I think it's slightly different in terms of the armor. I would say there's a lot more detail on the Ray Fisher version, and I do like this one better. But this one's not a bad look, and if you're looking to buy both, of course that's great. But if you had to make one decision, I would probably say that the Ray Fisher one is better. And then we can move on to Flash. And I know that these figures are better off out of the boxes, but if I had to keep one in its packaging, it's got to be this one. Look at that pose. looks fantastic. We have all the lightning effects, the speed effects, or shall I say. And I think the armor is great. The Ezra Miller look is actually there. It's quite accurate as well. So just like the Cyborg version, I think this is probably one of the better ones. And of course the back is this picture. So yeah, that's Flash, and I'm looking forward to his solo movie. And now we can move on to some of the more lead characters. Superman. And this one is actually the exclusive version because it's the classic blue and red colors. The Henry Cavill face sculpt is actually not too bad. And I know that they kind of took influence from the Red Sun and some of the comic figures they've made. Kind of looks like it. But it's not a bad look for Superman. And of course the cape is actually hard plastic. There's no accessories apart from the stand, of course. And I know most people will say that they would rather pick up the black and silver color, but this one's still featured in the movie in the opening scenes. So it's still a classic Henry Cavill Superman. So I think, yeah, it's pretty good. And on the back is the black and white color because this is the alternate version. And I will discuss the black and silver color later on and I'll compare them. But we're going to first talk about the Batman figure. And they have the unmasked version, which is the alternate version as well. As you can see, black and white on the back. And this one has the Bruce Wayne head sculpt. And I must admit, the Ben Affleck likeness isn't quite there. I can see why they released this version because, of course, a lot of the talks were done by Bruce Wayne with his cowl off. And I think the actual sculpt of the tactical suit is actually one of the best I've seen. I know that Mezco have a version, which I do have, Mafex as well, but Mcfarlane have pretty much nailed the armor here. And inside we have a Batarang as well as the grapple gun, which is a nice bonus. Now I can discuss the one with the cowl, and this is probably one of the best sculpts as well in the line. I think it looks a lot like Ben Affleck, and just the look of it overall is great. You can see they've given us a Batarang here and no grapple gun, which is actually a marketing strategy because of course Batman should be using the grapple gun rather than the unmasked version, but of course you have to buy the unmasked version to get that grapple gun. I just wish that they just put the Bruce Wayne head sculpt in this and gave us the original Batman armor as another figure, but I guess they decided to give us two tactical versions. Since the Bruce Wayne face is not quite there, obviously I would say that this version is a lot better. So I would go for the one with the cowl, but of course if you want the grapple gun, you're going to have to buy this one as well. And now we can move on to the last four, which is probably the most anticipated figures of all of them, as these are exclusive to only Zack Snyder's Justice League. And the first one is of course the black suit Superman. This is the same one as the red and blue colors in terms of the look and the sculpt. Of course you get it in this color, and I think other companies like Mezco and Mafex are going to be following up their original figures with the black and silver suit as well. And you can see on the back it's a nice shot. And let me quickly bring in the original Superman color. And yeah, I'm pretty sure most people will go for the black and silver color, but this is a comparison. And I like both of them because they're practically the same. And now we can move on to the final three, the villains. The first one is Steppenwolf. Just to give you an idea how big the box is, it's a lot larger and taller because the character is a lot larger, and we have the real Steppenwolf, not the one we saw in the theatrical version. He's a lot more menacing, and I think it jumps straight out of the movie looking at the sculpt. The face, as well as the armor, the axe as well. It's just an amazing figure, and I think this would probably pair up well with your other figures from this line, whether it's Mafex, Mezco, or the Tamashii Nations versions, because he's so big it kind of works. And that's the back of the picture. Very menacing look, the proper Steppenwolf. So yeah, highly recommended. And for Darkseid, we have two figures. One without the armor, which is from the flashback scenes, which is pretty cool. We have his weapon, the stand, the look on the back here. Very, very cool. All the other characters as well, or at least, yeah, that is all of them. And you can see the face sculpt, just like Steppenwolf, looks like it jumped straight out of the movie. And then the final one has a gold label sticker, as it's one of the exclusives, and it was more expensive than the original version. It has the armored Darkseid, which is what it says at the bottom, and I believe it's the same weapon, but you can see that the look is different, and even his eyes, they're slightly different from the other version. The back, you can see, is the black and white card because it's the alternate version. And it's a tough choice if I had to choose between these two, because both of them look great. I would probably go for the one with the armor because it's from the final stare down with the Justice League, so it's probably a bit more iconic, but I think this one is great as well. So that completes the Justice League line. What is my favorite? I'll probably say either Darkseid or Steppenwolf, and then probably the black suit Superman and the tactical suit cowl version of Batman. But if you're a fan of Justice League or Zack Snyder's Justice League, you have to buy all of them probably to have a nice collection. But yeah, it's a great job by Mcfarlane. Maybe they'll release another Wonder Woman and maybe other characters like Joker, Mera. And if you want to see the full collection of every single Justice League figure that was made, you can hit the link in the description below. I did do a video for that. And of course, stay tuned for more videos related to action figures. Thanks for watching and hope to see you next time.